Hey guys, Ray with Radiant Clean. Today we're in Tampa. We're doing a roof washing, driveway washing, and gutter cleaning. So this is a house. You can see there's some dirt and staining up on the roof. But we're gonna need to be really extra careful because there's all sorts of plants around here. So we're gonna count how many gutter bags we need. We're gonna blow out those gutters. Clean the roof. Take a walk in the back, see how many gutters we need to start cleaning the gutters, Dante. We've got one there. One there.
Yeah.
Two here, but there's no plants right here. Maybe this one, because there's some plants over here.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Right. So we're gonna have to water this down really well. And just note there is already some browning on some of these leaves. So there's some pre-existing browning over here. So this is what we're gonna have to be careful with. So I'm gonna put the neutralizer up there.
Yeah.
Because there's no downspout. Okay. So we're gonna have to make sure we wet down all of these plants around that area. Same over here. So I'll put neutralizer up here and wet these down really well. So there's some dead ends here, so that's not us. That has some browning on it. So
Thank you,
yeah. There's some browning on this plant already. So document that. And then there's another downspout over here. Alright guys, we're gonna head up on the roof and do some gutter cleaning. Looks like there's decently full gutters here. Actually, they're not bad because they've got the gutter guards on some of them. Alright guys, we're hitting the back part of the house here. All the section that's going to run down into their garden area. So Dante's really spraying that pretty well. And I put bleach neutralizer all along the gutter so that anything that runs off hopefully starts to get neutralized before it gets down into their beautiful garden area. The owner was very concerned about that, rightfully so. Very nice back area. And I'm just getting this done here. They have a very dark roof, so I'm not quite sure why the HOA was giving them a hard time. You can tell that it was a different color here at one point. I'm actually going to hit the edges here before this gets too slippery with soap. Sorry. We have surfactant in the mix, so this rubberized roof is going to get real slippery with that surfactant. So I don't want to be on this if at all possible. It's had about 3 or 4 inches of leaves on it when we got here. So blew that off. Flat roofs are problematic, especially when you have trees all over, like they do. This will get rid of some of those stains. Not necessarily all of them. Experimented with dialing up the surfactant a little bit more than usual. See if that helped it stick a little bit better. It's a lemon scented one, so you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see in the water, it looks a little yellowy, greeny, yellow green. It's like a fluorescent green when it comes out of the bottle. Then it mixes with all the mildew. You can kind of see it looks like a almost brilliant color. Very pleasant. Don't really smell the lemon in it though. It's supposed to be citrusy. Can't really smell that. Just trying to blow all these sticks off, but they're a pain in the butt. black roofs are a little bit harder to show the good before and after. Is it coming out of those downspouts?
What? It's foaming up.
The soap? Okay. Just keep spraying under the downspouts a lot, and then I'll wait. I'll hold off until I do the other spot. So just let some of this drain off, and just keep hitting under those downspouts. So I'll wait for a few minutes before I move to a different section. Just as some extra precaution, they have these ornamental downspouts. I think I'm going to put a little bleach neutralizer in the actual downspout. So, see how that works. Oh, it just goes into that thing? Okay. We'll just keep that drenching those plants there. Over here too.
Yeah, I know.
Alright guys, got the respirator starting to get a little fumy up there, so Dante's been spraying down the plants right inside the house. We're going to head over onto the other side. Dante, I'm heading over here. see the algae mildew starting to turn color over here. Put that again real quick. This one looks pretty good. Yeah, you can see the mildew right here really good. Getting hot up here so you can see the leaf just evaporating. And that is only one in the respirator. Don't need to be breathing that stuff in. Alright guys, just finishing up on this roof. It's looking pretty good. Just double check in, make sure we got all the bags. Oh, sorry guys. We'll walk around back here. This is a challenging one because of where the plants are located and not having great drains to catch. So I'm going to put a little more neutralizer in that area just to be sure. You can never get all the bleach, but you try your best to get as much of it to mitigate any damage as possible. This driveway turned out really nice. It's just now I put the SH on. You can see it's a little sudsy, but it was pretty dirty. So we're gonna get the hoses rolled up. I'm gonna put a little more neutralizer back there by those plants, and get wound up, get the hoses wound up, get everything taken care of. Then we're gonna head on to the next job. I got a little tar removal. So thanks for tuning in, guys. This is Roy with Radiant Clean, and we'll catch you next time.